I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I got the cash in the bag, city impact. For the rocks on the side, moving up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, no cap. Only got one, two, better go. Moving up, cash in the bag, city impact. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
Well, welcome back to another episode of SmackDown right here on APN Gaming. What a night of action we have for you here tonight on SmackDown. Our main event tag team action as Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed seek to overthrow the former WWE Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders, here tonight in the main event. It would be a big win for both Brons to pick up that tag team victory. Also tonight, Kevin Owens, the United States Champion, goes one-on-one with the leader of the Final Testament, Karrion Kross. What a matchup this should be here in singles action. Without further ado, let's head down to ringside for our first matchup of the night.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Dayton, Ohio, weighing in at 183 pounds, Wesley!
Well, Wesley, a former member of the NXT roster, making his SmackDown debut here tonight. With the trade window open between Raw and SmackDown and the discontinuation of NXT, you're going to see a lot of new faces here across both Raw and SmackDown. Wesley, one of those faces, was part of our NXT roster. We did not get to see him perform too much over there, but he was a part of the roster. Now coming over here to SmackDown. Of course, Wesley is going to have his work cut out for him here tonight. Jimmy Uso joined us last week. He wants to make a name for himself in the singles division.
And his opponent from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 251 pounds, Jimmy Uso!
Jimmy has one mindset right now, and that's to make an impact in the singles division. Jimmy Uso looking to make a name for himself. You saw the fire last week. Can he bring that same fire here tonight and walk out with a singles victory, getting his singles run under wraps here? Could be a good start for him here tonight. It's been a rough go of it for the Bloodline. However, Jey Uso was able to topple Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, claim the undisputed WWE Championship. Jimmy Uso wants to make the same impact as the singles competitor, and he's going to seek to get that started here tonight as the bell rings and this first matchup is underway. Lock up here, center of the ring. Jimmy and Wesley locking up. Wesley going to back Jimmy Uso into the corner here, looking to capitalize here. Jimmy Uso, clean break, but Wesley going to go right on the assault. Jimmy plants him into the corner. Jimmy Uso. And here's the fire that we were talking about. Jimmy Uso going to bring his end game. Really wants to show up for the singles run here. Could very well get it done here tonight. Jimmy Uso with a headbutt there on Wesley early on in this matchup. Holding the ones up. That's got to be somewhat of a legendary taunt here. Jimmy now with him in the corner. Right hands here on Wesley. Just cranking him in on Wesley. And now Jimmy Uso sizing him up for the hip attack in the corner, and Wesley is dazed. He might have got caught off guard by the fierceness of Jimmy Uso here tonight. Jimmy gonna look to put the exclamation point on this matchup here with a 2 and a 3. I don't know if Wesley really got a chance to know what hit him here tonight. This fire from Jimmy Uso, he said he wanted to make an impact. Well, that's a way to get the impact going here. Jimmy Uso laying out Wesley here tonight. I don't think Wesley quite knew what to expect from Jimmy Uso, and I think we got a good firm grasp as to what to expect from Jimmy here on SmackDown. What a victory with that Uso splash to cap it off.
Here is your winner,
Big victory for Jimmy Uso to open up this episode of SmackDown, celebrating in the ring. Jimmy Uso's singles career could be well underway. Wait! That's Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa are in the ring. We haven't seen from these guys yet on Universe Mode. We know about them from the Indies, and they are attacking Jimmy Uso here after his matchup. Teeing off in a huge flatliner there by Tama Tonga. Now Tonga Loa is going to get him some here. The attack on Jimmy Uso after his matchup. And the Tongans are out here laying out Jimmy Uso after his matchup. I don't know if Jimmy knew what was hitting him there. He was celebrating his singles victory, big singles victory, and now a boot to the head. And just like that, the Tongans were on top of him. Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga have arrived here in Universe Mode, and they are going after one of the members of the OG bloodline here. Tama Tonga calling him up to his feet. Tama Tonga with the finishing maneuver, the Tongan twist on Jimmy Uso, laying him out. And now Tonga Loa on an already damaged Jimmy Uso here. Tonga Loa gonna look to plant Jimmy Uso with the power bomb right there. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa making their presence felt here on Universe Mode. Has the new bloodline arrived? Well, we'll try to keep you updated on what just took place right there. But our next premium live event for Universe Mode, Clash at the Castle in Scotland. We are still figuring out some of the matches that will be showcased at this premium live event, but we do know one of the matches that will take place at Clash at the Castle as the World Tag Team Championships will be on the line, as the New Day will defend against the finalists in the World Tag Team Tournament. The Street Profits winning that tournament, winning the opportunity, becoming #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles. And of course, after the actions on Raw on the last episode, was Santos Escobar attacking Rey Mysterio after that matchup, laying out the Hall of Famer right here with a finishing maneuver on the ramp. We can make this matchup official for Clash at the Castle as well. Santos Escobar will go one-on-one with Rey Mysterio at the Castle. You're not going to want to miss that. It's going to be a luchador grudge match, you can bet that. Also, with NXT being discontinued, Gallus holds those NXT tag team titles. They will get an opportunity to unify the titles with the WWE tag team titles, as Gallus is now a member of the SmackDown brand. Who's going to walk out tag team champions at Clash at the Castle? We still have more matches to name, and we have one more week of Universe Mode before Clash at the Castle. So excited for this second technically premium live event of Season 5, but it feels like the first, because all the buildup has been right here on WWE 2K25. Let's head down to the ring for more action.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, the team of Piper Niven and Chelsea Green.
The WWE Women's Tag Team Champions make their way down to the ring for action here tonight on SmackDown. Well, what a tag team contest this should be. This is the first time that we've seen the Women's Tag Team Champions in action for quite a bit, as Piper Niven and Chelsea Green looking to bring prestige to those WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. You can't do that if you're not fighting for them week in and week out. Non-title match here tonight, but this could lead to a future title match down the road. And here we go with some more results of the Superstar trade window and the discontinued NXT. Kairi Sane joining Asuka. The Kabuki Warriors are back right here on SmackDown.
And their opponents, Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors.
What a shock to the women's tag team division this should be right here. The Kabuki Warriors are back and looking for tag team gold. A win over the women's tag team champions could very well set them up for that, that's for sure. Kairi Sane joining forces with the Empress of Tomorrow. Asuka, what a match this should be here tonight on SmackDown. Really loving SmackDown as of late. Really loving Universe Mode as of late. The extended episodes, the 4K presentation. Doesn't get any better than the action right here on APN Gaming. Kairi Sane and Asuka set for action. Piper Niven going to start off for the Women's Tag Team Champions. Kairi Sane for the Kabuki Warriors. The bell rings and this one is off. Quite a size difference here between Kairi Sane and Piper Niven. One of the things that APN Gaming really wants to showcase is a women's tag team division. And we could very well be getting a shock to the system right here with the Kabuki Warriors joining the women's tag team division. That being said, registered women's tag teams will be able to compete on both Raw and SmackDown, as the women's tag team champions are not brand specific. They are across both Raw and SmackDown. Quick roll up here by Piper Niven here early on in this match. Count of one and a kick out before two. Kairi Sane staying alive. Right hand shot there by Piper Niven, and now has her up on the shoulders. Piper looking for a big move right there. Now a tag in to Chelsea Green, the other half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Irish whip sent her to the ropes. Kairi Sane looking to battle through here with a right hand right to Chelsea Green, and a snap suplex. In on a pin here early on in this matchup with a 1 count and a kick out before two, staying alive. Tag into Asuka now with the Kabuki Warriors. Big clothesline there by Chelsea Green, taking down the Empress of Tomorrow. It's great to see the Empress back on Universe Mode. Season 5 of Universe Mode is going to definitely be something to see. Could be our best Season of Universe mode yet. Asuka wrenching on the leg of Chelsea Green, trying to wear down one half of the women's tag team champions here tonight. Irish whip. Asuka sends her into the corner. Asuka with a huge hip attack in the corner to Chelsea Green, taking her down. Now in on a pin for the 1, the 2, no, and a kick out just at 2, at 1.5 rather, just before the 2 count. Of course, like I said before, we could see the Kabuki Warriors on Raw. We could see Chelsea Green and Piper Niven on Raw. It is when they become singles competitors, should a tag team break up, that they will become brand-specific competitors. With registered tag teams, they can show up on either brand. Boots right to the chest of Chelsea Green. Exciting. Kairi Sane was featured in the triple threat match for the vacant NXT Women's Championship. Of course, the NXT Women's Championship is now no longer, as it's currently held technically by Lyra Valkyria, but with the discontinuation of NXT, all those champions have been sent to their respective brands. Now have been shuffled up between Raw and SmackDown with a kick out there early on by Chelsea Green. So Lyra Valkyria breaking news as part of the Raw brand. Now, she still technically has that NXT Women's Championship. And of course, down the road, we'll have some perks because she was a champion for NXT. Along with Gallus, another current champion, and Apollo Crews. And on another pin here, the Rough Rider there by Chelsea Green was not enough for a pin attempt right here. Irish whip by Chelsea, sending her into the corner of Piper Niven. Tag team action continues here in the women's tag team division. Chelsea Green and Piper now. The double slam right there onto Kairi Sane, now in on the pin. This could do it right here for the 1. And no, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, breaking up that pin attempt. Piper Niven rather, looking for a cheap shot there. Of course, still to come here tonight in singles action, the United States Champion Kevin Owens in action against the Final Testaments, Karrion Kross. You're not going to want to miss that. Beautiful arm drag here by Piper Niven, taking over Kairi Sane. Kairi now with a shot there onto the leg and a big stomp there to Piper Niven. Kairi Sane now from the top, or from the second rope, with a beautiful crossbody taking down Piper Niven. There might be a size advantage, but Kairi Sane's not going to let that get the best of her. The beautiful springboard moonsault in on the pin here, 1, and a kick out before 2, again by Piper Niven. That's what we like to see. Back and forth action here. Irish whip sends her into the corner. Tag into Asuka now of the Kabuki Warriors. Asuka with the double knees up into the spine of Piper Niven. And a shot there into the leg. Chelsea Green has not had a lot of time in this match. It's been a lot of Piper Niven. And now Piper Niven's going to pay the price with a huge move. The rear view shot there by Asuka, in on the pin, and a kick out, or rather a breakup by Chelsea Green. Asuka now seen enough from Chelsea Green. Heading up top here. And wait, Chelsea Green shoving her off. I'm not sure that's what Asuka intended to do. I think that's what Asuka intended to do the whole time, and she finally got it done. Sending her into the corner of Kairi Sane, looking for the tag, and a huge forearm there. Piper Niven's got her rolled up into a pin. Kick out here by Asuka. Asuka looking to get back into the driver's seat, but gets caught by Piper Niven, sending her into the corner. Looking for the splash, a forearm shot there by the Empress of Tomorrow. And now an Irish whip and a drop kick to Piper into the corner. Oh, and an elbow. Asuka nailed her with a big elbow there. Kairi Sane now the legal person in the match. Tag into Chelsea Green. Kairi Sane catches her with a beautiful stunner right there. And this could do it for Chelsea Green. Looking to fly, but Chelsea's smart tactics rolls to the outside, and now Kairi Sane going to look to catch her. Oh, and a shot there by Chelsea Green. Green now with an Irish whip sends her to the ropes. The drop down here. The leapfrog by Green. Green going to look to catch her. Reverse here by Kairi. Catches a slap. Kairi with another shot back at Chelsea Green. And now Kairi Sane plants her with the elbow in on the pin for the 1. And a kick out before 2. What a matchup. Fast-paced, high-octane action right here on SmackDown. Irish whip sends her into the corner. Shot there. Kairi Sane gonna look to do what she does best. The sliding clothesline into the corner. And wait, Kairi spots Piper. Clothesline to Piper Niven on the outside. Kairi Sane fired up. Kairi's gonna head up here. Chelsea Green making it to her feet. The crossbody by Kairi Sane, tag in to Asuka. Going for the tag here. Missed it, sparking a big boot there by Chelsea Green. Beautiful offense, and now Asuka could pay the price. Shots here to the midsection by Asuka. Trying to get back in the driver's seat, takes her down. And now a roll-up here by Chelsea, trying to catch her in a roll-up. Kick out there. And Asuka tried to catch Chelsea in a roll-up for the 1, the 2, the 3. No, and a kick out just before 3. Asuka with an elbow. Taking Piper Niven off the apron. And Asuka now has a hold of Chelsea Green. Chelsea could be in trouble right here. Tag in to Kairi Sane. The Kabuki Warriors firing on all cylinders with the insane elbow from the top. In on the pin. The ref in position. 1, 2. Piper Niven breaking it up just in the nick of time. What a match. Kairi Sane going to head up top here. Kairi going to look to try to put her away with another elbow from the top, and Chelsea moves out of harm's way. At the last possible second, Chelsea moved out of harm's way, and a back fist to Chelsea Green. Chelsea now catches her. Kairi Sane reversal. Back and forth we go again. Looking for the crossbody, but Chelsea Green catches her down onto the knee. Goes Kairi Sane. Not only is there a size difference for Kairi Sane to Piper Niven, but there's a size difference from Kairi Sane to Chelsea Green. Looking for the drop kick. Both women thinking the same thing. Neither one connects. Shot to the back of the knee. Asuka gonna look to capitalize here. Reversal here by Piper Niven with a headbutt. Asuka now with the leg. Corkscrew onto the leg. Taking down Piper Niven right there. As now Asuka sizing her up. Asuka gonna look for another hip attack right here. Takes her down. Chelsea Green on the apron. She's taken down. Asuka sizing up Piper Niven for the Asuka lock. You gotta think that's what's coming from the Empress. She gets this locked in. It could be it for Piper Niven. She's got it locked in. She's got it wrenched back, and Piper Niven taps out to the Asuka lock. Big win for the Kabuki Warriors right here on SmackDown. The debut of the Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane and Asuka. What a win there. You gotta think that puts the Kabuki Warriors in contention for the women's tag team titles. Big win there. That tag in. Look at this sliding clothesline here by Kairi Sane onto Chelsea Green. As she launches it in. She would then take down Piper on the outside. The tag team finisher laid in with the assisted insane elbow from the top. And somehow Piper Niven was able to get in and break up the pinfall. But here was the turning point. This hip attack there by Asuka. She would knock Chelsea off the apron, and Piper would have no choice but to tap out to the Asuka lock.
Here are your winners, Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors.
The Kabuki Warriors with a big win here tonight on SmackDown, with more action to come here tonight. The main event sees the War Raiders, the former WWE Tag Team Champions, in action against Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. That matchup you're not going to want to miss. That's the main event tonight. Well, Karrion Kross down to the ring here, getting ready to start his one-on-one matchup against the United States Champion, Kevin Owens. The final testament could very well be a force to be reckoned with here on SmackDown. AOP, Karrion Kross, Scarlett, and Paul Ellering in the ring as we await the arrival of the prize fighter, Kevin Owens.
And his opponent from Marieville, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 266 pounds, the WWE United States Champion, Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens with a big match against The Miz at Night of Champions, walked out victorious, bringing that championship back home to SmackDown here on Season 5 of Universe Mode. Of course, this would be one of Kevin Owens' biggest matches since then against Karrion Kross. An unorthodox competitor's Karrion Kross. You gotta wonder how Kevin Owens prepares for a matchup quite like this, and what kind of role the final testament will play in this matchup for Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, a prize fighter, the United States Champion, looking to cement his legacy and continue to carry that championship for quite some time here. Karrion Kross, of course, staking a claim to that United States Championship. Could very well do so with a victory over KO here tonight. Rolling out of harm's way, Karrion Kross with a big clothesline there to the prize fighter. That's what we get to see with these extended episodes of Universe Mode. We get to see longer matches, more talent showcased here on Raw and SmackDown. Karrion Kross wrenching on the arm here of Kevin Owens. Karrion now pokes around, big arm drag, takes down Owens there. They lock up here once again. Karrion Kross catches him belly to belly, takes over the United States Champion right there. Karrion Kross fired up here. The final testament at ringside. And now a big overhand throw right there. Back body drop, taking Kevin Owens down to the mat. And now Karrion Kross just stomping on the fingers and the hand of Kevin Owens. Karrion Kross has not had that big of a run here on Universe Mode. And he might have just got his brain scrambled right there by KO. This could be Karrion Kross's big opportunity to get a good push here on Universe Mode. He could really start to cement that push with that United States Championship around his waist. Stomps here by KO, just stomping the life out of Karrion Kross. And now KO from the top rope, calling Kross up to his feet. KO changes his mind. Might be a little bit too much distance there, and he's going to pay the price for the hesitation. Karrion Kross now just laying in shots on the United States Champion. Rights and lefts, and Scarlett now up on the apron. Scarlett's removing the turnbuckle pad. And now, into the corner goes Kevin Owens right there. And now, Oh, Karrion Kross eats the turnbuckle post, paying the price for Scarlett's interference, and now a kick out before one. Ducking out of the way from that shot there, Karrion Kross now gonna use that turnbuckle post to his benefit. The pad is off of there, so Kevin Owens just caught a big shock to the spine. That could leave your limbs tingling right there. Lead to nerve damage with that hard hit right there, and now a second shot into there. This time sternum first for KO. Karrion Kross just looking to maintain the offense right here as he takes over KO with a big slam. In on a pin now for the one, and a kick out before two. The United States champion Kevin Owens, the prize fighter, still alive here in this one. Karrion Kross coming outside the floor here. Shot there by Kevin Owens with the boot. KO now trying to get back on the driver's seat. Sizing up Karrion Kross right here. This is the right thing for KO to be doing. Kevin Owens now springboard to the outside, but Karrion Kross moves out of the way. And now Karrion Kross going to make him pay for it. What an opportunity this is for Karrion Kross. Picking up a win here tonight over the United States champion would do wonders for his career here on SmackDown. Shot there. KO. Got him locked. Looking for the package pile driver, I think. And a huge reversal into a clothesline. Karrion Kross remaining in the driver's seat. And on a pin here. The ref might be distracted by the Final Testament. Did not see that pinfall. Final Testament might be doing the exact opposite for Karrion Kross here tonight to help him out. KO now belly to belly gets caught again. And now a right hand there by Karrion Kross. Kevin Owens with a shot there into the jaw. KO looking to maintain the offense, but Karrion Kross going to make it hard for him. Elbows to the side of the head of Kross. Kevin Owens fighting back with rights and lefts. Karrion Kross fighting back with rights and left. Off the springboard, DDT! Kross could be down and out right there. In on the pin for the one. And now a kick out before two. Beautiful springboard DDT by KO, and KO went right into the middle of the group of AOP, not afraid of them whatsoever. Shot there. Karrion Kross now could get caught, set into the barricade by KO. Oh, and a clothesline. KO gonna get right into the face of Akam and Razor. That might not be the smartest choice here for KO. KO showing no fear, standing up to authors of pain here tonight. And now Karrion Kross gonna catch him, sending him back into the ring at a count of 7. Karrion Kross here, gonna try to catch Kevin Owens, sending him into the corner. And Karrion Kross with a huge corkscrew onto the leg, gonna hold on to it. Gonna looking to do some ligament damage to the knee of Kevin Owens. Karrion Kross now with a right hand, the chop. We're gonna deliver another shot. KO fighting back here. Shot there to the midsection. Karrion Kross takes him down with another takedown. Kross fired up, calling KO up to his feet. Karrion Kross is gonna look to fly with an elbow right into the forehead. That could do it right there. In on the pin, 1, and a kick out before 2. Karrion Kross hitting Kevin Owens with everything but the kitchen sink here tonight. And KO still fighting back here. Shot there. Karrion Kross now just going to toy with Kevin Owens here. Shots there delivered. Karrion Kross in the corner, but KO rolling out of harm's way. I'm not sure if that was smart or not, but wait, Akam and Razor are going to throw him back in, but it might have caught Scarlett there at the same time. Taking him down, catching him in a roll-up, in on the pin for the 1, the 2, no, flipping him back over, going to get him into a roll-up. Going back and forth now, here we go. Back and forth, and Akam's in the ring. The ref doesn't even notice it. Kick out there. Oh, and a massive clothesline there by Karrion Kross. And now Kross looking for the cross hammer here. Nails it onto KO. Karrion Kross just got the cross hammer locked in on the pin. This could do it for the United States Champion. 2, 3, no, and a kick out. Somehow Owens kicked out. Karrion Kross frustrated here. Just hit KO with the cross hammer. It was not enough. Oh, looking for the stunner. Karrion Kross says no. Step up enziguri. KO gonna call for the second one. Can he get this one? No. Caught again. And another enziguri. KO picks him up. Looking for something. Rake in the eyes. Just rake the eyes of Kevin Owens. Karrion Kross gonna hit him with the F10 here. Nails him in on the pin. This has got to do it. 1, 2, 3. No! KO kicks out. What in the world does Karrion Kross have to do to get a pinfall here? Oh, wait. Going for the cross jacket. Going for the cross jacket. Kevin Owens gets his foot under the bottom rope. That's championship caliber instincts there by KO. And sending him into the corner. Kevin Owens could be in a bad way right here. Beautiful running knee. And Karrion Kross sizing him up, looking to put an end to this matchup. Another cross jacket submission locked in. KO might have no other option but KO with a shot to the bridge of the nose. And another DDT there to Kross. KO fighting back with everything he's got. Refuses to give up here. And another roll up here on Kross. But they drag the referee out of the ring. Scarlett just dragged the referee out. Now Karrion Kross is in on a pin. But the referee is outside the ring. She might have just saved Karrion Kross. But she might have just cost him the victory right there. And another running knee. Karrion Kross seen enough here from Kevin Owens. The final testament might have just secured Karrion Kross victory right there. Death Valley Driver. Karrion Kross sizing up for the second cross hammer right here. Nails it into the back of the neck of Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is down and out as Karrion Kross drags the lifeless body of Kevin Owens into the center of the ring. And now Karrion Kross sizing him up. Another cross jacket submission locked in. Kevin Owens is not going to have another option but to tap out. Karrion Kross with a big win here tonight thanks to the final testament. Kevin Owens could have had him at one of those moments, but Scarlett dragged the referee out of the ring. Final testament paying dividends. Look at that beautiful DDT early on to Karrion Kross. This was the beginning of the end right here. That cross hammer right into the back of the neck, but somehow KO would kick out of the pin attempt. The F10 was hit by Karrion Kross. Still was not enough to pin Kevin Owens. A big DDT again from Kevin Owens, a last-ditch effort, but this, the Death Valley Driver, setting up Owens for another cross hammer. That would land right into the base of the skull. And then the cross jacket submission locked in. And KO would have no other choice but to tap out.
Here is your winner, Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross with a big win over the United States champion here tonight. What a victory. You got to think that's going to set Karrion Kross up for a title opportunity. We'll have to see in the coming episodes. Well, there you see Jey Uso meeting with Nick Aldis. You got to think it's from the attack from earlier on in the night to Jimmy Uso as we take a look at this. Earlier on in the night, Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga attacking Jimmy Uso after his matchup here. Jimmy Uso lay lifeless after the assault from the Tongans here tonight. We have yet to hear anything from Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga. Jey Uso's not going to have any time to prepare for anything because next week he goes one-on-one with Finn Balor here on SmackDown. Finn Balor staked his claim for that undisputed WWE Championship. The Judgment Day also want the tag team titles. But if Finn Balor can pick up a win over Jey Uso next week on SmackDown, Finn Balor will earn his championship opportunity at Clash at the Castle. Well, it is now time for main event action here tonight on SmackDown as we get ready for war with the former WWE Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders. It's going to be a lot of meat in the ring in the main event here tonight as Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, and the War Raiders will clash.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 552 pounds, Ivar and Eric, the War Raiders!
Well, Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker already have a victory in the tag team division that could pretty well cement an opportunity at the WWE Tag Team Championships. But a victory over the former WWE Tag Team Champions could very well set them up for an opportunity at the tag team titles. Of course, the Judgment Day in action, defeating the Viking Raiders as well. The tag team division here on SmackDown is heating up, that's for sure. And of course, with the addition of Gallus, part of the SmackDown brand as well, with the NXT Tag Team titles, Gallus will seek to unify the WWE Tag Team titles with the NXT titles.
First, from Black Forest, South Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, Big Bronson Reed!
Gallus and DIY will meet at Clash at the Castle for the WWE Tag Team titles. The NXT Tag Team Champions Gallus will walk in with the NXT Tag Team titles, and one victor will walk out as WWE Tag Team Champions and bring those tag titles back to SmackDown. But will they have multiple tag team challengers waiting for them when they get back? Like you said, you got to think that Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed picking up a win here tonight over the War Raiders, or the War Raiders picking up a win, along with conjunction of the Judgment Day with their tag team win. You're going to have multiple contenders.
Weighing in at 230 pounds,
Bron Breakker joining forces with Bronson Reed. If you could think of a tag team name for these two down in the comments, leave it down there for me. I was thinking a little bit of All Bron, you know, like All Bron, no brains, but without the no brains, just doing All Bron. I was thinking something along those lines for this tag team here on SmackDown. Of course, they're both Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker, so the Bron is in there. But instead of spelled B-R-O-N. That's what I was thinking. That's where I'm going with it. But we'll see what this tag team really amounts to after this matchup here tonight on SmackDown. A win here could cement this team as a formidable challenger for the tag team titles in the tag team division. But they got to get through the former tag team champions and the War Raiders first. Ivar starting off for the War Raiders. Bronson Reed for his team. Oh, and a right hand here by Ivar. Elbow there by Bronson Reed. The two bigger men in this matchup clashing right here. Bronson Reed with white noise here on Ivar. In on a pin here early on in the main event here on SmackDown, and a kick out. What a matchup this should be for the main event here on the blue brand. Tag into Bron Breakker. Breakker now from the second rope. Double axe handle into the kidneys of Ivar. Smacking the arm of Ivar into the mat right there. Bron Breakker, as powerful and fast as anybody we've ever seen in WWE. That speed and quickness right there at work with that Hurricane Rana. In on a pin for the one. The two Noah kick out just before the 2 count. Eric was ready to break up that pin attempt if need be. Ivar still got a lot of gas left in the gas tank here tonight. Bron Breakker now looking for something. Ivar drapes the neck of Bron Breakker over the top rope. The War Raiders with a little bit of change of character here on SmackDown. Still going with the Viking look, but changing their names from the Viking Raiders to the War Raiders again. And they're ready to go to war here tonight on SmackDown, that's for sure. As action continues, and of course, next week right here on SmackDown, on the next episode of SmackDown, Finn Balor goes one-on-one with Jey Uso. If Finn Balor can pick up a win, he will earn his chance at the undisputed WWE Championship at Clash at the Castle. Not going to want to miss that. Irish Whip sends him to the ropes. Huge rebound into a back body drop. Double team there by Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. Oh, man! Somebody call air traffic control. The big man just took flight. What a dive to the outside there by Bronson Reed. Tag into Ivar here. The legal man of the War Raiders now. Sizing up Bronson Reed and Ivar with a bulldog right there. I think Bronson Reed was getting ready to taunt and return the favor, but Ivar jumped right in there. Into the corner goes Ivar as Bronson Reed now sizing up the big man with a huge Beal throw across the ring. And Bronson Reed returning the favor to Ivar. Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. The power and speed of these two could make them a hell of an opponent in the tag team division. If they get their hands on the tag team titles, I don't know who can take them away from them. Shots there into the midsection. Right hand here. Ivar. Shot to the midsection of Bronson Reed. And now Ivar with a massive spine buster there to Bronson Reed. Tag into Eric. And now Eric with a big knee right to the chin of Bronson Reed. That's a way to keep the big man down right there. Irish Whip sends him to the ropes. Eric now with a big German suplex. In on the pin. The power of Eric right there. And a kick out just after one. Bronson Reed trying to make the tag here to Bron Breakker. You got to think the damage was done there by Eric with that massive German suplex. Now Ivar and Eric setting up for a tag team offense right here with a massive slam. Instantly Bronson Reed trying to hold his neck. And he comes back with a flurry here with a clothesline taking down Ivar. Taking Eric off the apron. Bronson Reed might have an opportunity to capitalize here on a pinfall, but Ivar not going to let it happen. Forearm shot here by Reed. Got him up on the shoulders. Bronson Reed going to look for something. Ivar floats out to the back here for a roll-up on Bronson Reed for the 1, the 2, kick out into a roll-up for Bronson Reed. 1, 2, 3, no, and a kick out. What a main event here What tag team action! Oh, and a huge slam in the corner for Bronson Reed. And now a huge hip attack there. Tag into Bron Breakker now. Putting the speed at work. Eric taking off the apron again, and Ivar trying to roll out of harm's way. And Bron Breakker not going to let it happen. The size and speed of Bron Breakker at work here. Look at that slam there on Ivar. Full head of steam here for Bron Breakker. Breakker now with an Irish whip sends Ivar into the corner here. Looking to maintain this offense. Elbow there by Ivar. Bron Breakker up on the shoulders of the big man. A massive slam. Bron Breakker could be out. Bron Breakker could be down, and a kick out before one. Bron Breakker still got a lot of life left in him. Irish whip sends him out to the apron. Massive right hand. Back into the ring goes Bron Breakker, and Ivar just toying with him at this point. I don't know if we've ever seen Bron Breakker in this way. And the War Raiders setting up for the finishing maneuver, taking him down. That could do it right there. In on the pin one. No, and a breakup by Bronson Reed. Matchup not over even after the finisher there by the War Raiders. Into the corner he goes. Gonna look to size him up for a second one here. Nope, changing the tides. Massive Viking experience there. Their former finishing maneuver in on the pin for the 2, the 3, no, and Bron Breakker kicks out somehow. The damage that has been done to Bron Breakker, and he's still fighting, still alive in this matchup. Bron Breakker rolling out of harm's way just to get a breather room. I mean, that's some veteran instinct there by Bron Breakker, and Breakker moves out of harm's way. Ivar lands hard on the floor on the outside, and that could cost the War Raiders here tonight. Bron Breakker refilling the gas tank here as Breakker takes the straps down. Bron Breakker's fired up here in tag team action. Bron Breakker's had enough of the War Raiders. At a count of 6, Breakker goes in, breaking up the count. No pun intended. Bron Breakker sizing him up now. Breakker hits the corner, looking for a shot there. Ivar well scouted. Shot there into the midsection. Bron Breakker into the barricade goes Ivar. Once again, Bron Breakker fired up here tonight. This team of Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed sending a message to the tag team division here tonight. Ivar back in at a count of 7. Reversal here by Bron Breakker. Oh, and a huge spinning kick. Roll up here by Breakker. Looking to catch him for the 1, the 2, the 3. No, and a kick out. Oh, and looking to take Eric off the apron, but Eric shrugs it off. Tag into Eric now. Oh, and a spear there by Bron Breakker. Right out of his shoes. In on the pin. 2, 3, no, and a kick out. The crowd is right here tonight. Tag team wrestling at its finest in the main event of SmackDown. Spearing Eric out of his shoes, and he still lives to tell the tale. This really was war here tonight between these 4 men. But Bron Breakker going to look to put an end to the War Raiders. Eric Waite floats out to the back. Shot to the knee of Bron Breakker. The War Raiders not out of this yet. Irish whip sends him to the rope, looking for a knee shot there. Reverse. Bron Breakker now has a hold of Eric. Bron Breakker's got him up on his shoulders. Down onto the double knees. Ivar off the apron. Tag into Bronson Reed. And big Bronson Reed fired up here tonight. Looking to put an end to this matchup. DDT there to Eric. Ivar taken off the apron. Bronson Reed gonna look to fly, but Eric getting up to his feet. And Bronson Reed with a huge splash there. The crossbody takes him down. Bronson Reed gonna look to fly with the huge knee down onto the chin. And a dive looking to take out Ivar, but Ivar just misses the connection. That might have cost Bronson Reed. Taking Ivar back into the ring here. Bronson Reed with a clothesline. Oh, looking to take out Ivar, but Ivar just missed the attack, and it might cost Bronson Reed. But look at the power. Look at the power of Bronson Reed with the big slam there. Bronson Reed is gassed. And Reed now has a hold of Ivar. Planting Ivar right there. Huge chop. Bronson Reed gonna look to fly with the elbow. Bronson Reed sizing him up in the corner. Wait, Eric back into the ring. Reverse here. And now right into the ropes goes Eric. From the top rope, big Bronson Reed looking to put an end to this tag team contest. Has Eric up. Huge power bomb. That could do it right there. Every man in this matchup is gassed, but a huge reversal. Eric trying to get back in the driver's seat of this one. Big, huge headbutt takes him down. And now Bronson Reed fired up. Bronson Reed hitting the ropes. Beautiful senton. Ivar taken off the apron. Bronson Reed gonna climb to the top rope to put the exclamation point on the match with the Tsunami 2-3. What a win for Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. What tag team action. And what a main event here on SmackDown. The tag team division is on fire here on the Blue Brand. And these two just might be leading the pack before too long with that kind of power and speed. I am at a loss for words. Look at the strength of the War Raiders with a massive slam to Bronson Reed early on. The slam in the corner early on to Ivar. That spear that speared Eric out of his boots still was not enough. The double knees set up Eric right there. We thought it was for the Tsunami, but it would not hit that time. This knee would do us damage on Eric right there. The senton was the beginning of the end, and then the massive Tsunami was enough for the three.
Here are your winners, the team of Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker.
Well, that's been another SmackDown here for Universe Mode. What a night it has been. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you guys on our next stop for Universe Mode on Raw, right here on APN Gaming.